Hey garden friends, today we are going to talk some houseplants. This is a Monstera and I had wanted one. I love tropical looking plants inside and outside, and I wanted one, and I went shopping looking for them, and I hadn't realized how houseplants have become so expensive. It was for like a small, it wasn't even a full 1-gallon container, was $35. And I was like so shocked because I'm used to houseplants at big box stores and what have you, $8. And so it was an eye-opening experience for me. So I found someone who had cuttings, or I could get cuttings from. And I got like 20 of them because I didn't know how successful I would be in propagating this plant, because it was my first time from cuttings. And it was a total success. I don't know if you can see these. Maybe I'll bring them over here. I just plunked them into this vase of water. Now, when they came to me, they were just a stick. Now, this leaf has started to grow. It had no leaves, nothing. Just these little, that's about 6-7 inches, sticks. And I put them the proper way down into the water, and after a few weeks they started developing roots. Now this has happened over winter, which a lot of people say it takes longer over winter, but I was wanting to do it, so I gave it a whirl. And look at this one, look how beautiful that one is. So that is how you start them. You take your cutting about this long, you make sure there's some leaf nodes. Now these spots here, those are leaf nodes. And this looked like it might have actually been, sometimes they have aerial roots too. But just make sure this one had 1, 2, 3, 4 leaf nodes on it. So that one is a really good cutting. So now, now that many of them are rooted, this one I'm going to go right back into the water. Note, you can start them in soil. You just can't see when the roots start, but it's entirely doable, and then you don't have to pot them up. But I don't mind. I wanted to see the roots grow. So I'm going to pull all of these out of here so I don't rip any roots. I'm going to put that one back. Now when you put them in water like this and let them set, change the water at least once a week, because it'll get cloudy and yucky. But that just keeps them healthy and strong, and the water from getting stinky. So look at this one. Beautiful, beautiful roots. And I'm going to pot it up. Look at that leaf. I'm going to pot them up in these small containers. Now, actually it should be bigger. You want these will get really big. So, but I want to give these away, and then whoever has them can pot them up into bigger. So I have these pots. The ones I potted up last time, I did in these tall pots here. But I thought to give away, it just looks nicer in these. And I had a bunch of these too. So basically, to pot it up after it has rooted, I'm going to just put a little bit of soil in here so it has a base of soil. Can you see in there? Then I'll put the plant down in it. Now with these, I used a taller pot because I wanted to put more of the stem down into the soil. And you know what? This has a root coming out up here, so this pot's not going to work for it. I just realized that. You see this root coming out from here, so I need a taller pot for that one. Thankfully, I have some down here. Okay. I like recycling pots, so this one's a little bit taller. And I'm just going to get some soil in the bottom. I don't worry about putting anything in the bottom as far as protecting the holes. I've never had any issue with anything. Okay, this time that root is going to be beneath the soil. So I'm just going to fill in as I hold the plant by the stem. Well, yeah, by the stem, and fill it in. And then I'll firm gently. So I don't want to break off that root that's in there. And there we have another plant. So I will put something down, a container down, so water doesn't flow onto my table. And I will gently water it in. just water until the water flows out again of the bottom, and that way I know the potting soil is well moistened. And that is how you grow and then pot up Monstera plants from cuttings. Even though I was a first timer, it was so easy that beginners can do this. No sweat. Now, I have not tried to do it in the soil directly. So maybe I will. I will try this one directly in soil, and then I'll maybe update you later. In fact, I'll put it in this one on how it does. Now, it's already started some growth at the top, so I'm assuming it's getting ready to root, put out some good roots. Now, this pot has a self-watering feature, so it has a little catch tray, so I will water that in and it'll go into the tray, and then I'll just put it in the house. And one note I wanted to say, I accidentally left some of these outside. I thought they were very, very tender for cold. And though I left them outside, and though it got down to 31 degrees last night here, they never wilted. They never even showed a speck of stress. So they're much tougher than even I believed. So I hope you enjoyed this. I have an entire blog post on starting Monstera from cuttings. And I also have, you know, some growth tips, etc. And you can do this for yourself. You know what? You've got to have friends, maybe, that have a Monstera that you could get cuttings from, and so you could start them yourself for free, or whatever your potting soil costs, whatever. You know what I mean. Any tips and tricks that I should know about with growing Monstera plants? Now, I know, you know, you should put a post in there with moss in it, the sphagnum moss or something for it to grow up and attach to, because it puts out the aerial roots. Or does anybody know where you can get cuttings for the variegated one? I would love to have a variegated one. Not that I have room in my house. It's getting a little crazy as far as my house plants, but it seems like you can never have too much, right? So I hope to see you in my next video. Oh, I wanted to show you something. Let me move this aside. You see this over here? These are the petunias I started from seed, and these are the geraniums I started from seed. And look, I think I posted my video on potting up these petunias just 10 days ago. And look how tall they've gotten already. I probably should have pinched them back before now, but they're already putting on blooms, and I don't have the heart to pinch off the blooms. So anyways, just a little update for you. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.